Well, here's the question that we want you to focus on for just a little bit. Is it your job to right now find the path when you haven't found it yet? Or is it your job to allow the path to be shown to you and to just have a good time in the meantime?
Yes.
And if you're looking for a path that you are not ready to find, will you feel frustration or ease?
Frustration.
And so isn't the path of ease the path to everything that you want?
Yes.
So don't you want to not highlight that from a place of it not being? In other words, we saw you take a little gulp there when you spoke those exact words. In other words, we live in two different countries, and of course you want to be together. And do you believe that that process is unfolding?
Yes.
And so what is the basis of most impatience? The basis of most impatience is to look at the manifestation, in other words, the what you might call in any creation as the end result. We want to live in the same country, we want to live in the same house, we want to be together all of the time. So as you look to that, there's never an ending place, but a more manifested ending place where there's more seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching of what you actually want. As you look toward that, before you have been ready to be ready to be ready to be ready to be ready, that's when you feel frustration. And that frustration is your indicator that these kinds of thoughts aren't helping. Now this seems almost opposite of what most people who are talking about positive thinking and setting goals would say to you. They would say, you need to think about what you want all of the time. We have said that, think about what you want rather than about what you don't want. But the thing that is so important, and you are on the verge of really getting this completely, we felt it in you yesterday, is that since every subject is two subjects, wanted and absence of it, and so this subject is two subjects, being together and not being together, you've got to ask yourself, every time you talk about being together, which vibrational end of the stick are you activating? Because if you're activating the we're not together end of the stick, then your attention to this subject is slowing it down, not helping it. So we would say, don't think about it. And you might say to your partner, I never think about you when I'm not with you. Well, that's not what someone else wants to hear, and it's not what we would expect from you either. But you've got to find a way of lessening the feeling of apartness and enhancing the feeling of togetherness, which means you've got to think about it where it is in the formation stages.